Monday morning, still slightly windy, but I didn't put a video on yesterday, as you might have noticed, and the reason for that is thunderstorms and rain all day long. We couldn't get out of house. This is the downside of being in a static caravan during a thunderstorm. You can see the lights really drop down and we've got lots of noise from rain on top. So instead, I did a few bits and bobs indoors, and I also discovered that I can now record videos without the words being backwards. I found a setting on phone that sorted that out for me, so from now on, no more backward print. And I've also been looking into getting a lapel microphone because people are saying that sometimes the noise of the birds and the wind can be quite irritating. So that's something else that I did yesterday. And we'll get one of those ordered and we'll get better quality audio for these videos. So thank you to the follower that mentioned that. We've got a couple of jobs that we need to do today. This is one of them. They're the elderman peas that's growing up that obelisk, but they've now reached the top of that string. So to keep them going right to the very top, we just need to add some more and make sure they don't start wandering outwards and falling back down. So that's one job we're going to be doing today. But I did also notice something else on this balcony, in one of his balcony containers. I'll show you what that is. You can see we've got a few plants growing on here. I need to get some more sorted so we can fill this area. As potato plants, still doing all right, so that's good news. But I was looking at these Tumbling Tom tomato plants yesterday. These are the tiny ones that we put in about a week ago. And you can see now they've started to put some good size on. We've got a couple of those as well. And this is what I noticed earlier on today. You can see right there, we've got our first tomato, which is brilliant. And judging by the amount of flowers that's on this plant, we're going to be getting quite a lot more. And those little wash bowls and mixed salad are now well on the way. You can see there's different types of lettuce coming through there. And again, that rocket's advanced a little bit. And these spring onions have reached a point where I can harvest them if I want. Because what I do is I take away these green tops and we chop them up and put them in mashed potatoes and they taste amazing. But then these tops will grow back again. Or we could just leave them and wait for bulbs to form. But either way, we've got two choices on that. So I think I might take some greens and then let the rest of them grow on. And this cucumber plant has now got more than one cucumber on it. Take a look there. You can see we've got another cucumber. We've got one just there. So 3 cucumbers growing on a very small plant already. And we're definitely going to get that obelisk put together today as well, while it's fine. Then we can offer this tomato plant that extra support that it needs. We'll get a string and we'll get it tied on here and give those peas the support that they're going to need, especially with winds we get. So I'm just going to go a couple of inches higher, that's all I need to do. They'll find their own way to this. Get tied on. We'll tie that on nice and tight as well. And then we'll go around the next one. So you get the idea of what I'm doing. I'm not going to let you watch me do the entire thing. But at least once we get to the top of that structure, we know those peas are safe. And if needs be, we can add a couple of layers of string just to make it that little bit stronger. So now we'll get that obelisk put together. We've already put together 2 of these obelisks. You'll have seen in Martin Garden. We did those about a week ago or so, but I had a spare because I definitely need to offer some support for that tomato plant. And one of the followers of this channel did ask where we get these from, and they're from a place called the Yorkshire Trading Company, and they're £9.99 if you want to get one. So we'll get it unpacked, we'll get it put together, and then we've got that tomato plant sorted out for when those storms and winds come back, and we know they will. I may have to get a couple more of these for some other plants outside, but at least now we know where to get them from. And they're pretty simple to put together. They look a bit tricky when you first do it. That's all this top section put together in one go, and then you just secure that with a nut. we'll fully tighten this up once we've got it put together as well. So that's pretty simple. That's the start of that obelisk. And then the rest of these bars, you've got a set that's got holes at top and bottom, so you can continue to add more. And then we've got some shorter ones, and they've got an hole for the last section, and then the bottom has no hole. So at least you know that they're the 4 last ones that you put on. I did notice when I was putting the other ones together, when you slot these inside each other to line those holes up, it can be a bit stiff. So you've got to apply quite a bit of pressure to get them in and get those holes lined up so your bolt can go in. But the easiest thing about it is that we can just put all this together and we can add all the bolts after, because they'll not fall apart. So a bit of wrestling with these pipes later, we've got it put together. So we'll get all these nuts tightened up and get it put in place. There we go, another obelisk in place. Now we've got 3 all together. And I've also bought some canes so we can support some of the smaller plants. So now it's really coming together, this caravan container garden. And we've put that string virtually to the top of that obelisk now, so then peas can carry on growing. And once again, even more flowers are coming out in bloom. So for a bank holiday Monday, we've still managed to get a little bit more done. So I think we'll leave it at that, and we'll see what else we can get done tomorrow. I do need to nip out and maybe get a few more plants and some more containers so we can extend the amount of produce that we're growing on this caravan container garden. And if you want to see what we're doing this coming week, then please hit that subscribe button, press that notifications bell, and I'll see you then. Take care.